As your chairman, Sridhar Mohan Reddy, has spoken about, all of us shall aim at very high levels. Okay? When you are aiming at very high levels, be prepared for failure. The kind of telecom revolution that we have achieved in this country, no other country in the world has achieved it. In 20 years flat, what we used to be, as I mentioned, actually one of the lowest teledensity countries in the world, from today, from that stage, in 2 decades, we have become the second highest teledensity in the world. Okay, we used to be the world's largest, highest tariffs in the world. Today, we are the world's lowest tariffs in the world. To ask him, he'll tell you those days if we had to ring up the US, actually, then our colleagues would say that, okay, now you put on the phone, we'll call back because it's cheaper for us to, it's a role reversal today. Today, we tell them, look, you put on the phone, actually, we call from here because we have cheaper tariff. How did we achieve this? Okay, with open mind, with reforms. These are the things we have to keep in mind. Anyway, PPP is that kind of thing. So we have become highly successful with PPPs, public-private partnership, okay, private sector initiative, including educational fields, okay, in national highways, in airports, in seaports, okay, telecom, power sector. But unfortunately, my own department, the railways I belong to, my ministry, has not somehow not taken to these reforms. That's why today you have waiting list for train. Okay, nowhere in the world it happens actually. It's supply, it's always the supply which chases demand. Here it's the other way around, demand that's chasing supply. Anyway, I asked the question. This today is not the topic of discussion. The point is that, so for us, that is normal, ordinary railways. That's why I got fed up. I came out of the railways. I tried to do some experiments in other fields. Okay, this is my latest project. So first thing I had to de-school my boss. Initially, they were shocked. What, you want to experiment railways? You know how difficult it is, how complicated the railway engineering is, and also how difficult railway safety systems are. You want to trust private sector? I said, what's wrong? Okay, if private sector is today trusted with air safety, okay, airways are being run by private, railways are being run by private all over the world. Do you think that actually railway safety is much more difficult than air safety? What are you talking? Then they understood. Okay, fine. Okay, what you're talking about, there is some sense. So I have changed actually what is called input-oriented technical specs to performance-oriented output specs. Okay, output-oriented performance specs. You only say what I want. Okay, you say that my ambient temperature lowest is so much in Hyderabad, highest is so much, my throughput has to be so much with this this kind of a temperature. You say that. Okay, and so far as standards are concerned, there are different. Don't rely on Indian railway standards in any way. Indian railways have know this thing because in the cities, in urban areas, the pollution levels increases. Whichever city which can tackle its pollution levels, which can bring down the carbon footprint, that becomes an attractive city along with all of the things. Okay. For that, the most important requirement is that you have to have a good public transportation system. In the absence of public transportation system, people use their cars, okay, their individual scooters, motorcycles, etc. That creates a maximum. 90% of the pollution levels in the city is basically from vehicular emissions. To give you an idea, an elevated system will cost about 200 crore per kilometer. Okay? An underground system will cost about 500 crore per kilometer. So this is the kind of investment that's required. If this kind of investment is not available, that's one. Second, mind that just by building a metro, we can solve the traffic problems of the city. You have to have an intermodal integration. Okay, all modes of transport need to be integrated. So the main rail terminals in the city, I'm integrating. The main bus depots in the city, I'm integrating. I'm also identifying what is the traffic catchment area. On the right side, how many colonies are there. On the left side, how many colonies are there. For each station, I have 66 stations at 63 locations, 3 are joint stations. Okay, there will be a continuous merry-go-round bus movement. It will bring people to Singapore, London, Paris, Hong Kong, etc. They have done very well. Multimodal integration. From a ticket, you can use different modes of public transport. Originally, my metro was also designed by Guru Sridharan in his team. Okay, we made use of them as a government project. In that process, they identified 269 acres of land. Okay, you require for the 3 depots. I have major depots. I have stations. At some of the stations, we have identified land requirement. Government land, there are government, private land is very difficult to get it. 269 acres of land. What I have done is, I have not added an inch, square inch of land to that 269 acres. Same thing, you convert it commercially exploit the airspace. Okay, through engineering innovation. This is another thing I talk about. Actually, one has to use innovation. Okay, a finance guy can't do that much of financing. In fact, an engineer can contribute more to the financing aspect of anything. Actually, you can bring down the cost, etc. through engineering innovation. Through engineering innovation, 30% of the land that is identified for the project can be saved. I think you can reduce your requirement and you can build you can commercially exploit. Plus airspace commercial exploit. Without converting, without adding anything, the 269 acres commercial over space will be exploited. Okay, that's apart from the project cost. They cannot sell. Again, you have got to be extremely careful because private sector is not coming for charity. Private sector has profit motive. Okay, profit motive is fine, but it should not be unbridled profit motive. It has to be controlled. Okay. So we have put such legal conditions that they cannot sell whatever they're building. They can only use the lease rentals during the concession period, 34 years plus 20 years. Any big projects are like this. In a 60-year concession period, initial 35 years, they can use this lease rentals and cross-subsidize the losses which they make in passenger fares. Okay. So in my revenue model, 50% of my revenues come from the passenger fares, 45% will come from the property development, 5% will come from the miscellaneous like advertisements, parking, etc. This is the financial model which I have developed. Is it goodbye Metro Rail? Hyderabad Metro Rail project in limbo. Very happy people used to write nice slogans, etc. Very attractive. Story of whistleblower, Satyam and politics. State government in metro dilemma. Uncertainty continues over Metro Rail. Andhra cancels Meta's Metro deal. Imagine the kind of problems I have to face. Metro Rail bids may get delayed. 6 times I had to postpone. The state was burning actually. You know, the agitation that was going on. International bidders used to ask me, sir, should we come or not come? I was not sure. Okay, I would go to my chief minister, then chief minister. I said, I have enough problems. Why are you troubling me with this metro? I say, why are you bothered? I've got bigger headaches. Do you require a metro here? Sir, please tell me whether I should postpone or not. No, you take your decision. Okay, fine. You tell me, that's enough. I'll take my decision. Okay. So like that, this problem. Metro rail bid last date extended again 6 times. I had to postpone. I had to convince them. L&T bagged metro. That was the only green one at the time. Guys will say, don't worry, there are lots of problems. It will not happen. L&T to tie up. This was positive thing. Okay, they were able to tie up the funds. Financial closure becomes very important. Government project is okay, no problem. Every year budget allotment will be there. Yes. Project may take 10 years. 20 years, nothing will happen. Every year they will give you 100 crore, 150 crore, whatever. But here it's not like that. You have to have a financial tie-up. Okay, which is extremely difficult. You have to understand finance. Okay, how banks behave. My guru, with all respect, public-private tie-up model won't work for Metro Rail. He declared it. Fine. Activists walk against Metro Rail project in Turkey. Every day I used to face agitations. City Metro Rail project not viable, Sridharan says. Okay, they all ring up bank chiefs. Don't finance this project because nobody has done it. This is fairly unnecessary. Your money is going to be down the drain. Fine. I had to address the bank chief saying that don't worry, here I am. Okay, I will take care of everything. Traders stall band tomorrow, seeking track change. They said you change alignment. Why here? Why? Every person without knowing ABCs of engineering, he will do whatever, all sorts of things. Why not underground? Why not this? Why not that? Why here? Why not there? All sorts of things. Okay, everybody is an expert. Water supply, this is some negative, positive. HMR can't bulldoze schools. This is another thing. Okay, very few, 3-4 schools are getting disturbed. I have built much better schools, but that nobody talks about. Okay, at least some of the media guys. This school is getting disturbed. That school is. Every person, including Meda Patkar, they all came demonstrated. Okay, I said, fine, this is your job. You do demonstrations, etc. My job is to demonstrate to you that I will build their exam. Okay, I've done. Now pillars are there. No right of way yet to the metro rail. Okay, they very nicely put that. That means they're actually scaring away investors. Don't come and finance Hyderabad Metro Rail project. This is the message they want to give. Okay, Metro gives L&T monopoly over city transport. They said Metro Rail works hit expected roadblock. Metro Rail Babus are lying. It seems we were lying. Okay, delay drives. Again, they're hinting to the banks. You know, the cost is going up. Beware. Okay, Metro Rail stations. So how slowly the campaign is working. Okay, disabled friendly. Railway, so now you see all green will start. Railway officials hold parleys with on metro safety. Okay, slowly, I keep giving information. Initially, they were not taking it. Now, slowly, the media is picking up what I say. Hyderabad Metro Rail to be energy efficient facility. Metro boost for city heritage. Okay. Metro rail authorities make it easier for traffic work at site. So I said, whatever I talk, it's fine, but ultimately I have to demonstrate. How I demonstrated, you'll see. But when we started doing the works, actually traffic was moving better. Metro rail work site backed up. Now aesthetically, this is another thing. I'll show you later how we are doing the aesthetics of the pillars. L&T speeds up work on metro railway. Safety, quality key to the metro rail works. These are all positive ones now. Metro rail work enters new phase today. Kiran vows, our chief minister, was to turn the city into world class. I've taken him after 1 year. Initially, he wanted to come. I said, sir, don't come now at this stage unless you will get bad name. After 1 year, we became confident. I said, sir, now you come and see. Okay. So that you get the credit. You see the kind of thing, you know. Oh, what a fantastic thing you're doing. You know, first metro station up at Uppal next year. Metro on track. See the same newspaper. Okay. Now off track has become on track. Metro among the 100 global projects. Metro not to harm any monument issues. I said nothing. Okay. We have taken care. Not a single monument is being touched. Right on track again. Trees to be relocated. This is what we have done. So what I have done is I'll show you later. Current tax HMRL for winning the global award. So when I went and made the presentation in New York, I said there are 200 metros in the world which were built by engineers more as engineering structures. Here, mine is a different project. It's not a simple engineering project. I'm not building a Taj Mahal. Okay, it's a people-oriented project. Okay? Ultimately, what for? Technology is for people. Okay, it's an opportunity for me to redesign my city. Okay, cities all over the world were built for cars. Then they realized that actually you can't build cities for cars. You have to build cities for people. You have to build cities for women, children, old people. And when I made the presentation, they said Hyderabad Metro is the best metro, best engineering project of the world this year. They declared it. Okay, the global engineering project of the world we got last year. Funds for work towns emulate metro rail. Okay, now the center tells saying that you have to follow Hyderabad Metro. Metro corridor bottlenecks removed. World Bank initially refused to participate in my project. I said, I care a damn for you because they have a lot of procedures, etc. I'm anyway not interested. Same World Bank time and again comes to me, who would like to participate in your project now. Initially, when the project was being attacked, I was having camps with different groups, okay, with women. Ask them, what do you want? They'll say that, sir, we want these things. Then I give these things to my engineers. I said, I want solutions for this. Okay. We'll convert that into an engineering solution. Okay. Then you talk to physically challenged people. They say that we want these facilities. Convert into an engineering solution. So like that you have to do it. And then you communicate to the people. Okay, in the language which they understand. I went to the extent of writing folk songs in local lingo. South Korea, which was decimated. I'm not talking about the developed countries. I'm talking about a country like South Korea, which was decimated, which was conquered by Japanese on the one side. Actually, war was going on with North Korea, which was ruined. The present president's, her father was a military dictator kind of a person, a tough ruler. He decided nothing is available in this country. Okay, 2/3 of the country is a wasteland. Okay, all hillocks, etc. Nothing grows there. No natural resource whatsoever in South Korea. We have all the minerals, whatever you want, they're available. Nothing is there. He made up his mind. If my country has to progress, the only source I can think of in this country is human resource, nothing else. Okay? He made up his mind. He made education compulsory. Not only education compulsory, if you have to become a graduate, you have to undergo a military training, compulsory military training of 1 year. Then only you become a graduate. Okay? Today, and practically all schools in South Korea today are connected. Okay? From day 1, class 1, or even below, let's see, okay, LKG stage onwards, they start using computers. How they're able to develop. The farmers today in South Korea, they go in cars actually. See, the field bunds are cement roads. Can you imagine the kind of prosperity they have achieved? Okay? See the small towns. I'll show you some of the pictures actually. How beautiful they have made it. If that country could become such a great country, why can't we become a country like this? It's such a huge country with everything. Okay, thousands of years of civilization, culture, everything we had. Okay, and see, look at Singapore used to be a fisherman's village. Where is Singapore today and where are we? Okay. When I went to Malaysia, I had a conversation with, again, another visionary was there, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. He was telling me, he sent his officers in 1950s to the then Bombay, said the target, with the target that if only KL, okay, Kuala Lumpur can become a Bombay, that's the ultimate, he told. Today, where is KL and where are we? Okay, Mumbai, can you compare KL and Mumbai? How did these countries make so much of prosperity? How did they become great countries? We have to learn lessons. Anyway, ballastless tracks, 85% of the precast. How do I implement a project like this actually? Then you know Hyderabad roads, all of you are familiar. So much of this, including my guru when he came, it's impossible to build metro in Hyderabad, he declared. Okay. With that, alignment is perfect alignment. We have done several times. Okay, of course, it's combined with all the time walking on the streets, etc. This is how aesthetics become extremely important. Whatever you are doing, you have to be conscious. Okay, how future generations are going to judge you. Sleep piers. Okay, and Singapore, the whole thing will have to be in one core. Okay, then the beauty comes. The sun comes. Usage of curing compound is another thing. First time in India, complete curing compound. We are not using water to cure our concrete. Okay, completely curing compound. Easy connect between the core of the city and the outskirts. In terms of commuting, it becomes a good experience. As I mentioned, it's going to an urban redesign effort. The city that is required. How you are going to? I'll show you the examples of what is urban design. Okay, and you have to rejuvenate the older parts of the city. Older parts of the city everywhere in the world actually they tend to deteriorate. You have to rejuvenate those things. There are models of rejuvenation. We are going to adopt that. Intermodal integration, etc. Through all these things, some of the slides will show you that will be better. So as I mentioned, cities for people and not for cars. All the metro stations, as I mentioned, wherever I have taken government land, the ground floor is mine. I'm going to create a kids corner. I'm going to have a place where women can have their own exclusive needs. They can do that. Old people, if they want to do any religious things or spiritual things, they can do all those things. We are going to create. This is going to be a different project. Okay, it's for me. It's an opportunity to redesign my city. I said under the Nirbhaya commute, I conducted sessions. I said, what do you want? They want, sir, we want these facilities. We want safety and security. So we will provide all that. Then they said, okay, that's fine. You're promising that CCTV cameras, okay, policing, including women policing, everything will be captured. You can't miss an incident, so people will be scared of what they're doing. Okay, not only that, the feeder buses, same facility, because they said so fine. Okay, but what happens if we get off the train and then we have to go to the? I said, don't worry, we'll provide that also. They wanted illumination, many things which we cannot normally think of. Actually, they have come up with the ideas. So this is what gender equality is an important part of my social agenda as a part of this project. As I mentioned, it's not a simple transportation project. It's a social project. Actually, every objective needs to be fulfilled. I have another 2,000 crore in my kitty. I mentioned actually, see, part of it, we're going to spend for all these things, bicycle tracks and all. We are going to lay as a part of this project. So we are going to do this. With that, what happens is practically I have lot schools are there, colleges are there, other education institutions are there. Similarly, office complexes, residential complexes, other things. Practically everything I'm going to connect below this. Okay, same model we are going to adopt. We are extending it further. That number one enhances the efficiency of the city. Okay, there is going to be one city Hyderabad at the ground level. There is going to be another Hyderabad at the sky level. You don't have to get down to the road in majority of the cases. You get on from the train, my friend. Okay, the concourse, from concourse, this extension will be there. This will be there, and with that, you will get into all these schools, colleges. Imagine the kind of safety and security get. Women's college. Okay, don't worry. Straight, you walk into your college. I'll give one landing chair there into that. School children. Today, school children can't go to their school on their own. Parents have to accompany. Why? Parents should accompany. Pedestrianization is another interesting. Bicycle tracks. Okay, bicycling. And see, look at this. Busan, a small town in South Korea. How beautiful, actually. See, you can do that. If we can do it in a small town of South Korea, why can't we do it in Hyderabad and other cities of India? Okay? You have to take lessons. Okay? So all this, some of the nalas, open nalas, the drains, they were defunct actually. See, we have revived them today. They're all happy. Property values have gone up wherever we have gone. even before the metro came into existence. Okay, so this is how actually we won over the city. The widening is all the widening we have done. Very difficult, even when this is going on. See, the business dhanda goes on. You've got to be extremely careful. A small accident will put us back. Okay. This is the thing I talked about. So much of plantation we have done. We are very happy with it, including the translocation. So then, a couple of days, I addressed the bankers. I said, "Did I promise what I promised? Have I fulfilled or not?" "Yes, sir, you have fulfilled." So this is what an officer, if he says something, he should stick to it. Okay, it's practically everything. If required in an emergency, the entire city can be governed from this building. Okay, we are wiring it, intelligent wiring, so everything will be connected. I made this offer to the police commissioner and the DG. I said, "If you want, I'll create this facility." They said, "Fine, we'll collaborate." The Assistant Secretary of State from the US, actually, she came to know about it. She flew down straight to Hyderabad. She said, "I have heard about this experiment, Hyderabad metro experiment. I want to see it myself." That's why, leaving all Indian cities, I first landed straight in Hyderabad. She told me, I have taken her. So all these things we're doing. Okay? This is what gives us the satisfaction. Mayapur, another depot, another 100 acres, second thing. So I had to fight this case for 4 years in the courts. I got it. But these launching orders, ultimately there are going to be 20 launching orders. Right now we have 12 launching orders. The whole thing is the latest technology. These segments are, as I mentioned, the pre-cast, night term. Okay, you don't even know. See, traffic goes from below, but this gets done. Why should we do a portal structure? Why don't we do a cantilever structure? The complications, such heavy weights and stresses, 21 types of stresses are there. Okay, how do you do a cantilever structure? Experiment, try. So with taking inspiration from the bird, actually, see, the spine and wings concept we have adopted. Okay, 20-meter cantilever, 10 meter this side, 10 meter this side, and we extend it to the end of the road, and then you have elevator, escalator, etc. So the whole thing is then the second. So now this work is going on. Okay, beautiful one. And another challenge is, one scientist said, we are living on Earth as if we had another planet to go. We are ruining this Earth. After a few generations, people will say that how foolishly our forefathers lived on this Earth and ruined this Earth. You have to bring down the carbon footprint as much as possible. You have to bring down energy consumption, especially fossil fuel consumption, as much as possible. Okay. When compared to road systems, rail systems are 5 times energy efficient and 7 times space efficient. Number one. When compared to underground systems, elevated systems are much more energy efficient because I don't have the issue of ventilation, tunneling, okay, ventilation and air conditioning. Okay. Then the stations also, I told them, make them absolutely green stations, nothing, no air conditioning, etc. Nice designs we have gone for. Actually, we maintain the cooling systems. Okay. And aesthetics of the city, beautiful. Okay. So instead of a portal system in Necklace Road and in our Numaish exhibition, became extremely popular. Guys were thronging, and we were not able to control the crowds actually, some of them, and they were taking the photos. So, what's the lesson? Manager versus leader. You've got to be a leader, not a manager. Okay? If you're a manager, you can't do this kind of projects. If you're a bureaucrat, you can't do this kind of projects. You've got to be a leader. Vision and sharing of vision with the team. You have to inspire the team. Passion for the project. These things can be done only with passion, okay, not with money. Commitment to excellence. You've got to excel whatever you're doing. Guts and ability to calculate risks. As I mentioned, okay, the story of Hyderabad Metro is the story of guts and gumption. You have to have gumption. You have to have guts to take this kind of bold decisions. Okay, let the world laugh at you. Doesn't matter. Okay, one day, first time I failed, everybody laughed at me. Doesn't matter. Second time we are doing this project, a project which was written off. We are able to prove to the world that Indians are capable of doing this kind of project. For the first time in the history of the world, we are doing that. Commitment to excellent guts, courage of conviction. You have to think over it. It's not easy. Don't jump at conclusions. Listen to everybody, but have your own judgment. Okay. Once you arrive at a particular conclusion, have the courage of conviction. Go ahead with it. Come what may, come whatever may say. Whoever may say whatever they want to say, let them say so. But you go ahead with your work. Determination and dogged perseverance, extraordinary patience. It's not easy to do this kind of things. You have to have patience. Be prepared for failure and ridicule. People may laugh at you. People may ridicule you. Doesn't matter. I was a butt of jokes at that time when it failed. Certain failed. Doesn't matter. My engineers used to come and say, I've taken people from. No, this is what a leader's quality is, that actually when the chips are down, how do you maintain the morale of your team? Okay. I've taken people from very powerful departments, from the revenue departments, from public health, from town planning, etc. The guys, they gave up very powerful, prestigious positions. They came and joined me. People used to ridicule them. They used to say that your boss is like cult leader, unnecessarily, all of you are losing your good careers. I said, they used to come and say, sir, everybody is commenting. And said, doesn't matter. I should tell them these things. Don't worry about these things. Okay. Ultimately, history will judge us. We're right or wrong. Number one, and we'll be the heroes. Okay. So you have to have that kind of a thing. You should be able to lead the team, especially when the chips are down. Okay. Be prepared for failure and ridicule. Develop capable and committed team. Make it a messianic force with killer instinct. You have to make winners out of your team members. Make each team member a winner. Strict personal discipline. You have to have personal discipline first of all. Okay. Leadership by example. Today your chairman is sparing his time and he's coming all the way and addressing a few people like you. Why is he doing all that? Because the passion he has got, because the commitment he has. You have to have leadership as is only by example. Otherwise you can sit at home and say that out from his air-conditioned office there and say that, okay, this institution should come up. How will it come up? It won't come up unless you take personal interest. Hard work and punching schedules. Raise the bar continuously. Open-minded approach and no blinkers. This is the most important thing. I mentioned it actually. See, last 30 years, some of the best engineering minds have been working for me. Okay, I keep throwing challenges. I keep discussing. Okay, in fact, my understanding is that if you don't belong to the discipline, you will be able to come up with better solutions. I keep on asking. It may look ridiculous initially, it may sound ridiculous, but ultimately, then they come up with better answers. Will win. This is how it happens. Today, a project which was written off, it is judged as the best project of the world. How did it happen? Okay, it happened because what we have done. Another award. Okay, in this last 1.5 years, we won 3 international awards and 5 local awards. All these things we have done, we proudly say that yes, we are trying to make a difference to this country. So thank you for patiently listening to me.
As usual, you are electrified.